So I'm at the JCC right now in our fitness studio, and I've got my mat set up behind me. And we also have Mandy and Josh, and we are socially distancing. You can see our mats are far apart, not getting near each other, but we're gonna, I asked them to join me today so that I didn't have to practice the entire time while I'm talking. Those of you who have taken my yoga class before know that I don't even set up my mat when I teach typically. I walk around the whole time and adjust and help and talk. There will be no adjusting today, but lots of talking, and I'm gonna demo, and I'm gonna do some of the practice, but I have Mandy and Josh here as wonderful models and examples for us, so they can also be showing some modifications that I can offer. So before we begin with moving our bodies, we're gonna start with a little bit of mindfulness, a little bit of meditation, just short, just to start. Some of you guys saw that I put a meditation on our website yesterday. So if you have not seen that yet, go to the jccmemphis.org website. Couldn't remember the name of that. The website. And under cultural arts, you'll see a recorded meditation that you can do, and I'll be putting more up as well. Also, go ahead and join the JCC Cultural Arts Facebook group if you've not joined the group yet, because I'm putting meditations and lots of fun cultural and artsy stuff and some films later and lots of fun stuff for you to share. So go ahead and have a seat. You can be on the floor on your mat. If sitting on the floor is not comfortable for you, you can see Josh back here. I have Josh sitting on is that a Bosu ball? Is that what that's called? It's a Bosu ball, so one of the half things. Obviously, I don't expect you to have that at your house. So if sitting directly on the floor is not comfortable for you, I want you to get a firm couch cushion, not your bedroom pillow, but something more firm. If you have a yoga block, oh, Janice, you've got your whole setup. That's great. You can use a yoga block. You can use a couch cushion, something a little bit more firm. You can also sit in a chair if that's more comfortable. That's also an option. So we're just gonna go ahead and sit down. I'm not gonna be on my mat just yet. If your knees are higher than your hips, maybe sit on something like a block or a blanket, a folded up towel or a folded up blanket or a firm cushion. If it hurts your lower back, if it hurts your hips, if it hurts your knees, if it's just uncomfortable, sit on top of something else to lift your hips a little bit. That's gonna be really helpful for you right now. So we're sitting cross-legged if that's comfortable. Go ahead and sit up nice and tall and close your eyes. Start to deepen your breath. And just be aware of any sensations that you're feeling right now, anything that might be uncomfortable, any areas of your body that might be tighter than others. Our rituals have changed drastically over the past few days, so you might be feeling tight in areas that you're not used to. My lower back has been really bothering me lately because of the change in my routine. And I know I'm not the only one experiencing that. So just be aware of what's going on. Come back to your breath if your mind has started to wander. And start to root down into your sitting bones, those bones in your tush that you sit on. We need some grounding right now, so we're gonna do a really grounding yoga practice. Rooting your sitting bones down into the floor and feeling all the points where your body is connecting into the earth or your mat. And now simultaneously, rise up through the crown of your head so you're lengthening your spine in two directions. Lean back a little bit so your shoulders stack directly over your hips and your ears stack directly over your shoulders. So now your spine is one long column. And breathe. This is a really good way to create some space in your day, to create some space in your physical body, your emotional body, your mental body. And an analogy that I like to use, if my mind starts to wander when I'm sitting like this and trying to be mindful, is just tethering myself back to my breath if my mind starts to wander. It's not bad, right? Our minds were made to think. That's why we have brains. That's their function, right? So it's doing its job if you're thinking about other things. So be gentle with yourself and tether yourself back to your breath if it just starts to wander. purpose of meditation is to not do away with your thoughts. Like I said, that's the job of your brain, is to think. But maybe it's to create more space between them. In times of uncertainty and anxiety, we tend to go on a roller coaster with our brains. We're thinking, and it's going in 1,000 different directions and twirling and going upside down and racing, and it's hard to catch up. And so this mindfulness meditation tool is really helpful to create some space between your thoughts. Come back to your breath. Start to fold your hands together at the center of your heart, sort of in a prayer position. And think of something that you're grateful for right now. It can be a person, it can be a thing, your comfortable bed, your dog, friends you're FaceTiming with, or the JCC that's doing a really amazing job, I have to say, with all of the offerings that we're putting together so quickly to maintain community right now. And whatever that is for you, whatever that is that you're thinking of, that you're grateful for, start to press that idea between your hands, holding it close. Release your hands and start to open your eyes. Now we're a little bit more centered before we start moving. So what I want you to do is come onto your hands and your knees. So you're coming onto all fours. I'm going to go back to my mat. And I want you to, I'll move my mat closer if I need to. Do you want me to move my mat closer? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Thumbs up for closer, thumbs down for fine. I don't know. Okay, thumbs down, we're fine. Okay, great. Thanks, Janice. So hands and knees. Your knees are stacked directly under your hips. Your hands are stacked underneath your shoulders. Spread your fingers wide as you can. Get some space between the bones of your hands. And what you want is for your wrist creases. I know that's a really specific area to be talking about, but the crease in your wrist, when you put weight on your hand right here, you want that to be parallel to the front edge of your mat. So for a lot of people, that means you're going to turn your hands out just a little bit. As you inhale, arch your back, look up, stick your tailbone up toward the sky. You're going to get as much movement as you can for your spine. And as you exhale, tuck your tailbone, curl inward, contracting, lifting the sides of your waist up toward the ceiling, look back towards your belly button. Inhale, arch and look up, get as much movement as possible as you connect your movement with your breath, connecting your movement with your breath. So you might not be matching my movements or Mandy and Josh or anybody else that's on the call right now. You're mindfully moving, paying attention to your breath, lengthening your breath, lengthening your movements, getting as much movement as possible through your spine. On your next inhale, come to a neutral spine here. Hug your belly button into your spine. Take your lower ribs in so you're not sagging down. You're really engaging your core here. Press your right foot back at hip height. Spread your toes like you're footprinting the wall behind you. Press back through your heel. Rotate your inner thigh up toward the ceiling. So your leg is, so you're not opening your hip, right? Your hips are square. And now extend your left arm out in front of you. Open your palm. From your left fingertips, draw your shoulder blade onto your back. So you're reconnecting inward. Breathe. Belly button in, lower ribs in. Exhale, release. You're going to do the other side. Extend your left leg back, footprint the back wall. Spread your toes. Right arm out. Open your palm. Spread your fingers wide. And from your right fingertips, plug your shoulder blade deeper onto your back. Stay connected to your core here and breathe. Reach out through the crown of your head, get longer, but stay connected inward. Exhale, release. Go ahead and move your knees a couple inches back behind you. Lift your hips, press back into downward facing dog. Start to walk your knees out one at a time if that feels good. Press your heart back toward your toes. Move around a little bit. I like to stretch my side bodies here. You can shake your head no. You can shake your head yes. Do whatever you need to do for a moment to really get into the pose. This might be your first down dog of the day. Uh-oh, is this okay? Oh no! Hang on.
You keep going and talking through the movement.
Okay, no, it's.
Yeah, they can still hear you.
Can you still hear me? Wave if you can hear me. Oh my gosh, is that, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God, okay. Sorry, I'm a beginner with technology. He's a beginner with yoga. Okay, so do your downward dog. Mandy's helping you with the tech issues. Softening your knees one at a time. Maybe your first down dog of the day. Come back into your body, into the pose. And now so we're not going to get into anything too crazy just yet. Start to walk your feet forward toward the front of your mat. You can walk slow, you can walk fast, you can take small steps, you can take big steps. Now your feet are hip distance apart. Start to soften your knees as much as you'd like here. Grab onto opposite elbows. Somebody recently told me that was an unnecessary direction to give in yoga. You don't need to tell people to grab opposite elbows. You can just tell them to grab elbows because obviously you can't. Right? Does that make sense? I thought that was really fun. You feel a little lightness for you right now. Now let the weight from your elbows draw more length into your spine. Try to avoid looking up at the screen as much as you can because I'm going to give you really detailed instructions. Soften through your neck. Let the weight from your head draw more length into your neck. You're just pouring yourself out over your legs here. So soften your knees as much as you'd like. Soften or straighten. Right? You just don't want to lock your knees. Now bring your hands to your hips. Hug your shoulder blades together on your back. Inhale, come to standing. So you're coming to standing with an open heart here. Shoulders are back. Bring your hands to your heart. Close your eyes just for a minute. Remind yourself of what you're grateful for. Whatever you thought of at the beginning, during our mindfulness meditation, remind yourself of what that was right here. We're going to infuse that into our practice today. Press that idea between your palms. Getting a little power here. Release your hands. Flip your palms forward. That little action makes a big difference. When you flip your palms forward, it rolls your shoulders back a little bit. So we want to always start with an open heart. We're training our bodies not to do this, because that's what we're also used to. Open heart, shoulders back, palms forward. Feet are hip distance apart, so step your feet a little closer, Josh. There you go. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Your knees can soften or straighten, just don't lock your knees. Inhale, look up halfway. Here, your fingertips can be on the ground, or they can be on blocks if you have them, or on your shins, or on your thighs, okay? Just not your knee joints. Don't press into your knee joints. So your inhale, look halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Turning back inward. Inhale, looking up halfway, stand outward again, long spine. Now plant your hands, step or jump to a high plank position, a high push-up, and pull. Breathe. Lengthen your breath. Lengthen the crown of your head toward the front of your room, I guess. And now exhale, lower all the way down onto your belly as slowly as you can. See if you can let your heart touch first. Then bring the tops of your feet down onto the mat. Inhale, cobra pose. Press down into your hands. Pull your heart forward. Pull your heart through your hands, shoulders back. Exhale, lower. We're going to do that again. Click your pedicure down. Click all 10 toenails down into the mat. Try not to let them come up. Got your pedicure down, Josh? Yeah, good. Inhale, look up. Inhale, lift up, pull your heart through. And exhale, lower. Now curl your toes under onto your mat. Breathe into your back body, like where your kidneys are. I know it's getting really specific. As if you've taken my class before, know that we get real specific in here. And I want you to imagine that kidney area, that of your like mid to upper back, touching the ceiling before anything else as you press into plank. It's hard. Inhale, press up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Press your heart back toward your toes. Inhale, step your right foot forward between your hands. Now, you can use your hand to drag it along if you need to, right? Or your back knee. Low lunge. Reach your arms up overhead. Sink into your front knee. When you have your back knee on the ground, it's okay to sink sink into a more acute angle than 90 degrees with your front knee. You should feel a really good stretch in the front of your left hip flexor. Inhale, lift up with your heart, with your hands, with your gaze. Now soften your face. Soften your neck, soften your shoulders. Stretch your legs further apart as you curl back. Exhale, touch your mat. Lift your back knee and walk switch or jump switch your legs. Yeah, Josh is going to show us a walk switch. Good. Lower your back knee. Inhale, reach up. Low lunge. Fingertips up, heart up, gaze up. Now root down into your front foot, root down into your back shin. Stretch your legs further apart, curl back, reach back, soften your face. Exhale, touch your mat. Inhale, step back to a high plank, high push-up. This time you can lower all the way down like we did previously, or you can lower halfway to chaturanga, elbows in, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog, thighs up, tops of the feet on your mat. Exhale, lift your hips, press back, downward facing dog. Breathe. We're gonna take 5 breaths here. Heart presses back towards your toes. It's like you're stretching your mat apart in 2 directions. Press your thighs back away from your belly. Mount your heels toward your mat. Now your heels might not ever get there, and that's okay, that's not the point, right? Just lengthening the back of the legs. Inhale, step your right foot forward between your hands. Come up onto your fingertips. Lengthen your heart forward. Inhale, reach up overhead. Crescent lunge. Draw your outer right hip crease back to square your hips off to the front of the room. Now soften your shoulders away from your ears. Lift your heart, lift your gaze. Start to curl back. Now cactus your arms. You're going to bend your elbows to 90 degrees. Palms face forward. Lift your heart, curl back. Inhale, reach up. Now open up, warrior 2. Spin your back heel down. Your front heel lines up with the middle of your back arch. Your right knee is in a square. Arms are at a T. Look out over your right fingertips. Now soften your shoulders away from your ears. Good. Soften your gaze, soften your jaw. Flip your right palm up. Keep your front knee bent. It's going to want to straighten. Don't let it straighten. Reach back. Reverse warrior side stretch here. You're getting a really good stretch all along the right side of your body. Look up, curl up if that's available to you. If that hurts your neck, don't do it. I bet your ceiling is not any more interesting than the one here, so if you can't see it, it's okay. Warrior 2 again. Deepen the bend in your front knee. Good, now what wants to happen here is your back thigh wants to pop forward, right? Your back knee kind of wants to bend. Don't let that happen. The bend is in your front knee. Back thigh presses back. Curl your hands down, touch your mat. Inhale, step back to plank. Exhale, lower either all the way down or halfway to chaturanga. I'm showing halfway to chaturanga right now. Inhale, upward dog or cobra, roll your shoulders back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe. Here, you might be able to hear your breath as you breathe in and out through your nose. There's a soft, gentle closing of the back of your throat. So your breath becomes audible, even if it's just to you. In yoga, sometimes we say make your breath sound like the ocean or sound like Darth Vader a little bit. And what that does is it builds up heat in your body. Inhale, step your left foot forward between your hands. Come up onto your fingertips. Lengthen your heart forward, then press into your feet. Reach up overhead. Crescent lunge. 90-degree bend in your front knee. Don't let your back thigh drop. Press your back thigh up. Press it up. Press it up. More. More. Yeah, now bend it only your front knee. Keep your back thigh pressed. Yeah, no, but don't let your back thigh drop. Your back thigh up. I know. Bring your back heel to the ground. Warrior 2. Good. Arms are at a T. Back heel spins down. Your front heel lines up with the middle of your back arch. Soften your shoulders. Soften your gaze. Soften your jaw. Right? Bend front knee. Don't bend your back knee. Flip your left palm up toward the sky and reach back. Okay, so you're kind of wrangling and arcing up through the side body here. Keep your front knee bent. It wants to straighten, don't let it bend. Press your left knee out of your second and third toes. Don't let it collapse inward. Yeah, good, Andy. Inhale back to warrior two. Rebend your front knee if it's, yep. Good. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down. We're going to move through a vinyasa here. Inhale, step back to plank. Exhale, lower halfway or all the way down. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe. If your mind has gone somewhere else, gently draw it back inward. Shake your head no. Nod your head yes. Now bend your knees and look forward. You can walk your feet to the front of your mat in little steps or big steps, or you can hop or jump. I'm going to show you a hop or jump if you're wanting to get into that. Andy and Josh, I'll do it. Whatever it feels comfortable to you. Okay, look up, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Now heel toe your feet together to touch. Okay, your feet are not socially distancing here. Maybe not. Okay. My humor comes out in odd ways when I teach yoga. Sit your hips down low like you're in a chair. Utkatasana, chair pose. Reach your arms up. See if you can lift and spread all 10 toes. Bring your weight further into your heels. Yeah, sit your hips low, but lift your heart. So you want to avoid this reaching forward. Your heart lifts up, your fingertips lift up, your hips sit down. Breathe for 5. Soften your jaw. 4. Soften your eyes. 3. Soften your shoulders. 2. 2.5. 2 3/4. Maybe you set up the first. Inhale, stand up. Exhale, hands to heart. Close your eyes. Press your gratitude between your palms. Release your hands. Flip your palms forward. You're opening your heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look up halfway, long spine. Exhale, step or jump all the way to chaturanga. So you can go through plank, or you can jump directly back. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Roll your shoulders back. Don't let them come forward. Roll your shoulders back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe. Inhale, step your right foot forward between your hands. Spin your back heel to the ground, warrior two. Arms right T. Front knee, your right knee is in a square. Your left leg is straight. Don't let your left hip pop forward. Do a little experiment with me for a second. What's happening, Josh? That's all right. You do your thing. Okay. So take your left hand and put your left hand on the front of your hip crease, on your hip flexor right here. And pop your hip forward. Pop your left hip forward and feel how tight your hip flexors get when you do that. Now take your left hip back and you feel how that softens, right? You want to keep that soft, right? So we're not going to jump this forward. Keep it back. Good. Arms out to a T. Thanks for humoring me for a second. Now straighten your front knee for triangle pose. Reach your right arm down. Now you can put your hand on a block if you have one, or your shin, or your thigh, or the ground. Don't put it on your knee joint, okay? Triangle pose. Shift your gaze upward. Shift your gaze, oh, that's better. Shift your gaze upward toward the sky. Shift your gaze upward toward the sky if that's available. If it's not comfortable, don't do it. Stretch your legs further apart, like you're trying to rip your mat in half. Exhale, release your left hand down. Now step your your left foot in about halfway. Okay? Now point your right toes are pointed forward. Your left toes are pointed sort of out toward the front left corner of your mat. You're angled out a little bit. This is pyramid pose. Straighten your front leg or soften it as much as you need to come into a forward fold. Again, you can put your hands on your shin or your thigh or blocks or the floor. You're going to get a good stretch in the back of your right leg. Draw your outer right hip crease back as you fold deeper over that leg. From here, you're going to, if you have a block, you can use that, or you can put your hand on the floor. Or you can do Vinyasa, which just means you just watch. And you're going to bring your right fingertips about 6 inches to a foot in front of your right toes. You're going to lift your back leg. Okay, step one. Really engage your left foot. Spread your toes. Engage your muscles around your bones so your leg isn't so heavy to lift. The more you engage your back leg, the lighter it is to be lifted. So your left leg is in the air. Bring your left hand to your hip if you're able. If not, keep it on the floor. These are all modifications and steps. You can stop here, you can go further. If you're gonna go further, open up your hips. You're gonna stack your left hip on top of your right. And if you wanna go further, reach your arm up. Keep your back leg lifted and engaged. Keep it at hip height. Try not to lift it higher. And then move your left toes so that you can kind of see them in your peripheral vision. Okay, that's gonna engage your core a little bit. Now release your left hand down, fold over your right leg, keep your left leg lifted for standing splits. I just realized I didn't turn the music on, that's okay. Exhale, step your left foot back into a lunge, lower to your back knee. Inhale, reach up overhead, low lunge. Hands to heart, we're gonna twist left elbow to outer right knee. Okay, left elbow to outer right knee. You're twisting toward your front leg. Now press, good Josh, stack your elbows. Good. Yep, just like that. Press your hands down to lift your heart up toward your thumbs. Shift your gaze up over your right shoulder if that's available. If not, don't do it. If you want to go a little further, so you can stay right here. If you want to go a little further, tuck your back toes under and lift your back knee. Do it slowly. And open up, everybody, warrior two. Crawl there, jump there, slide there, however you get there. We're going to get warrior two. Soften your gaze. Now bring your hands to your hips. That feels like a little bit of a relief, right? Straighten your front knee. That also feels like a little bit of a relief. Point all 10 toes forward toward this long edge of your mat. The Sanskrit name is Prasarita Padottanasana. In English, we call it wide-legged forward fold. So start to bend at your hip creases, fold forward. Release your hands wherever they land. You can also keep them on your hips if that's more comfortable. Now, if yoga is something you've been practicing for a long time, do not do this if you've never done this. But if you've been practicing yoga for a long time and this is a part of your regular practice, feel free to come into a headstand from here. My headphones up like that. If you're in a headstand, go ahead and come back down to your wide-legged forward fold. Everybody hands to your hips. Put your shoulder blades together on your back. Inhale, come to standing. Exhale, step your feet forward to the front of your mat, hands at your heart. Now let's just hope I remember what I did on that side so we can do it on the other side too. It's okay to laugh in yoga. It was very serious. Express your gratitude between your palms. Remind yourself of why you're practicing today. Release your hands. Flip your palms forward. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, step or jump, chaturanga. Or all the way down onto your belly. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Roll your shoulders back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips, press your heart back toward your toes. Inhale, step your left foot forward between your hands. Crescent lunge. Draw your outer left hip crease back. Now open it up, warrior two. Your front heel, take a look. Make sure your front heel lines up with the middle of your back arch. You can adjust your feet if you need to. So maybe step your back foot back a little bit. Yeah, so it bisects. If you were to draw a line from your front heel to the middle of your back arch, it would be straight, I guess. Arms are out at a T, front knee is bent into a square. There you go, Josh. Everybody straighten your front knee, triangle pose. Left arm down, right arm up. Remember, your left hand can be on the floor. It can be on a block if you have one. It will be on your shin, on your thigh, not your knee joint. Look up toward your right thumb if that's available. Continue pressing the top of your left thigh back away from your side body. Exhale, release your right hand down. We're going to come into that pyramid pose by stepping your back foot in about halfway. Left toes point forward, right toes point to the front right corner of your mat. Forward fold over your front leg. Draw your outer left hip crease back to square your hips off. Soften through the back of your neck. Now, if you need to walk your hands back a little bit so your front leg straightens, you can do that. If your leg isn't, no, that's better. If your leg isn't straight, it's okay. Keep your knee soft as much as it needs to be. Breathe. From here, we're coming into this half moon pose, Sanskrit called Ardha. So what you're going to do is bring your left fingertips about 6 inches to a foot in front of your left toes. You can put your hand on a block if you have one. It can help with balance. Bring your right hand to your right hip. You can stop here if this is enough. If you want to go a little further, begin to lift your right leg to hip height. Keep your foot super active. Spread your toes. Press back through your heel. As you wrap your muscles around your bones, you're going to notice that your leg is lighter to lift. It's not so much a burden the more you engage it. Open your hips by stacking your right hip on top of your left. If you want to go a little further, reach up. If you want to go a little further, shift your gaze up toward the sky. Breathe, everybody. Everybody in this room is doing good modifications. And standing splits by taking your right hand down, forward fold over your left leg. Keep your right leg lifting high. Exhale, step back into a lunge. Lower to your back knee. Inhale, reach up overhead. Low lunge, sink into your front knee. Get a good stretch in the front of your right leg. Hands to heart, twist. Okay? Your right elbow goes to your outer left knee. Twisting toward the front leg. Stack your elbows. Press your hands down so that your heart starts to lift toward your thumbs. You're peeling yourself up off your front thigh. You can stay here if this is enough. If you want to go a little further, curl your back toes under, lift your back knee. Breathe. Reach the crown of your head toward the front of your room. And now everybody open up warrior two. However you get there, jump, slide, crawl, whatever happens. Reaffirm the bend in your front knee. It's hard, I know. Might be shaking a little bit. It's good. Straighten your front knee, thank God, right? Everybody's going, woo, straighten that front knee. Hands to your hips. Also another woo, right? Point all of your 10 toes forward. Might even be a little pigeon-toed here. Start to fold forward at your hip creases. Cross the Rita Padottanasana. I'm not going to do this in the camera. Cross the Rita Padottanasana. Yeah, maybe we'll just turn around for that one. Or wide-legged forward fold. That was smart. We'll just, oh, look, this fell off. That's okay. I'm not going to worry about that now. Wide-legged forward fold. Now we're going to do something a little different on this side. Hands to your hips if they're not there already. Shoulder blades hug together on your back. Inhale, come to standing, everybody. Root down into your feet. Good. I love seeing you guys. Take your hands, interlace your fingers behind your back. You're in the same stance with your feet. Roll your shoulders back, lift your heart, and look up. Take a big, deep breath here. Exhale through your mouth. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. One more inhale through your nose. This time as you exhale, fold forward, bring your fist overhead. Now I tend to have super loosey-goosey shoulders, so don't look at me and think that this is what it's supposed to look like. We've got Mandy and Josh are both doing great examples. If this is too much, you can take a belt between your hands or a towel between your hands. If you need a little bit more mobility in your shoulders for this. Breathe for 5. Soften something. 4. Soften something else. 3, 2, And 1, inhale, lift up. Exhale, step your feet together at the front of your mat, hands to heart center, close your eyes. Remind yourself of what you're grateful for. Press that idea, that person, that thing, that idea, press that between your palms. To me, when I do this, it feels like I'm giving that idea a little bit of power when I do it, even if it's just a mental thing. It's something that's helpful for me, so maybe it's helpful for you. Release your hands. We're going to do some standing poses, and I'm going to probably rely a little bit on Mandy and Josh for some of this because I'm having some ankle issues. We're going to do some tree pose, but we're going to give some good modifications here. So these are really, really good grounding poses, especially, of course, picked, this time of all times to be super rainy. Okay, so you're going to come to stand on your left foot to start. Pay attention to that foot for a second. I don't know if anybody's ever told you that. Pay attention to your foot. Pay attention to your left foot. You're rooting down. Spread your toes wide and then set them down on your mat. So your foot's really engaged here, right? You're paying attention to the grounding, to rooting down. Okay, feeling connected. Your leg is strong like a tree trunk. Your right foot, now the options here, you can put your toes on the ground and your heel on your ankle, okay? I'm having some ankle issues, so this might be where I am today. I'm not really sure. I'll test the waters. You can be here, hands to heart. You can put your foot onto your shin. That might be where you are. If you're noticing that you're wobbly, look down at one point on the floor a few feet in front of you, a point that's not moving, right? If you're looking at the screen and somebody is wobbling, then you're going to start to wobble with them. But it might be nice if you're dancing together. But you want to help with your balance, look at something on the floor out in front of you that's not moving and breathe. Now, if you're going to go a little further, do not press into your knee joint. That should be the theme of today's class. But you can, I have to use my hand to help my foot. Some people don't need to do this. And you can put it against your thigh. Now you press your foot and thigh. You can press your foot and your thigh together against each other. And that is going to help you balance, the pressing together. So you have 3 options here. Hands to heart, soften your gaze and breathe. You can leave your hands here. You can bring them down if that feels good. You can bring them up. You can move them, fall like me. I'm going to put my foot here because of my ankle issues. So you can put one arm down, one arm up. You can sway your tree, or you can stay still. Just notice what you need right now and do that. And release your right foot. Shake your legs out. I notice that it's helpful for me with the ankle issues that I'm having to shake out my standing leg a little bit. Release some of that tension. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So come to stand on your right foot. Lift and spread your toes, and then set them down to engage your foot. Notice your muscles hugging around your bones on your right leg. That's going to create that stability, that tree trunk action. And then with your left foot, take whatever option. It might be the same on this leg, and it might be different depending on what you have going on. But heel to ankle, toes on the ground, foot to shin, or foot to thigh, just not the knee joint. Okay, hands to heart. Soft gaze out in front of you. Breathe. Root to rise. And what I mean by that is rooting down into your feet, down through your leg, rising up from the crown of your head. We're all going to leave this class taller. Yes, we're all going to be taller. It might be 5'2.5" after this. You can play with your hands if you want. Release them down, bring them up, sway your tree. One down, one up, whatever you want to do here, whatever feels good. Bring your hands back to your heart. Release, and then shake it out. Good. Okay, the next thing we're going to do, another standing pose. These are, so my teacher calls these, or a lot of people actually do call these, the poses that you don't like doing. Poses that when you're in a yoga class and the teacher says you're going to do it, you kind of go, ugh, like you can't wait to get out of it. We call those our shadow poses. Those are the things that we really don't want to do. Standing poses for me are in that category because of the ankle issues that I deal with. But those are the poses that we need to practice most, right? The things that we don't like doing oftentimes are our biggest teachers. So we're doing some of my shadow poses right now. Hopefully you like them, and if not, hopefully we have some lessons out of it. So come to standing on your left leg. Now, gaze soft and low at one point on the floor in front of you to help with balance. We're gonna just start by lifting your right knee. You can stay here. If you want, you can interlace your fingers around the front of your knee. If you want to go a little further, bring your left hand to your hip. You can stay right here. If you want to go a little further, take your peace fingers, right? Your index finger and your middle finger, your peace fingers, and wrap them around your, if I can balance, these are the ankle issues I was telling you about, around your right toe. Start to extend that leg forward if it's available. You can stop at any point in these steps. Now, if you have your knee, right, if you have your hand around your knee, start to open your knee out to the side. If you have your peace fingers around your toe, start to open your leg to the side. If you want to go a little further, shift your gaze out over your left shoulder. Shift your gaze back to center, leg or knee back to center, and release. Shake it out. We're going to do the other side. Root down through your right foot. Gaze soft and low. Lift your left knee. Maybe you'll interlace your fingers around the front of your shin, knee area. If you want to go further, right hand to hip. If you want to go further, peace fingers to big toe. And you can stop right here. You might stop here, right? That's okay. Just because you have your fingers around your toe doesn't mean you have to extend your leg. If you want to, you can. Extend that heel forward. Now either open your knee to the left or open your foot to the left. Try not to let that hip lift, right? That's the challenge. Keep that left hip dropping and tapping, scooping. Shift your gaze out over your right shoulder if that's available. Come back to center, leg and gaze, release, shake it out. All right, come back to the top of your mat, everybody. Shake it out a little bit if you need to. Get back in the zone. Hands by your sides. Palms forward, inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, step or jump to chaturanga or all the way down onto your belly. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, your right leg high, down dog splits. Exhale, knee to nose, shoulders over wrists. This is something I have to talk with, or I can't do and talk at the same time. Exhale, back, down dog splits. Lift your leg higher, press back from your heels, spread your toes. Inhale, your knee to your right elbow, your shoulders over wrists. Other right, Josh. Yeah, there you go. Exhale, back, down dog splits. Inhale, your right knee to your left elbow this time. You're crossing your body. It's a little bit of a twist. Lift your hips higher. Lift your hips higher. Lift your hips higher. I know, it's hard. It's hard? Is that hard? Yeah. It looks good. Should we talk about it for a minute? Okay, back down dog splits. Inhale, step your foot through between your hands. Reach up overhead into a lunge, crescent lunge. Back knee is lifted. Breathe. If you can, keep your breath moving in and out through your nose. The yoga police aren't coming if you're breathing through your mouth. That's what I like to call NBD, no big deal. From here, hands to heart. Launch onto your front foot for warrior 3. Lift your left leg to hip height. Keep your hips level, squared off, so you're dropping your left hip. Reach your arms out in front of you if that's available. Standing splits, lift your left leg higher, touch your mat. Press your heart toward your shin, soften through the back of your neck. Exhale, step back into a lunge. Spin your back heel to the ground, warrior 2. Bend your front knee into a square, your back leg is straight, arms are at a T, soften your shoulders away from your ears. You can stay here. Yeah, stay here for a minute. And now we're gonna move into extended side angle, Prasarita Pada, no. I can't even think straight right now. Bring your right forearm onto your thigh. Reach your left fingertips toward the front of the room. Spiral up toward the sky if you can. If you want to go a little further, take your right fingertips to the ground on the outside of your front foot. If they're on the inside, nobody's coming to check. It's okay. You can stay here or here, wherever you are. If you want to go a little deeper, we're going to come into a bind. So you're going to bring your right shoulder in front of your right knee. You're dipping down low. Reach your right arm underneath your leg. Reach your left arm around your back. Clasp hands. If your hands don't meet, that's okay. Grab onto your clothes. I think that's why they make yoga clothes stretchy. Now, if you want to go a little further, you can stay here or in any of the previous steps, wherever you are, straighten your front knee into a bound triangle. I know, Josh is moaning back there. Don't do it so much that it's like not, right? There's an oh, it hurts so good and an oh, it hurts so bad. You don't want to do the oh, it hurts so bad, okay? Yeah. Wherever you are, triangle pose. Right fingertips down, left arm up. We're going to come into a twisted triangle. Step your back foot in just a bit. Just a bit. How much is that? Like a foot. Take your left hand to the outside of your front foot, or you can do to the inside of your front foot for a modification. You can also bring your left hand to your shin, okay, or a block if you have one. I'm going to bring my left hand to the outside of my front foot. You can see some modifications from Mandy and Josh back here. Inhale, lift your right arm up to twist. Take your out, so your front leg is straight. Yep, walking it, yep. So keep your front leg straight. If you can't get your hand to the ground on the outside of your front foot while keeping your leg straight, you move your hand to your shin or your thigh. Twist open. Release, touch down, step forward into a forward fold. Inhale, look up halfway along spine. Exhale, forward fold. You can grab onto your elbows here, or you can, for a deeper stretch, you can Padahastasana, put your hands on your feet. These are your hastas, these are your padas, your feet. You're gonna flip your palms face up, step your feet onto your palms, meeting your wrist creases, and bend your elbows to the side as you fold forward. Yep, press your thighs away from your belly without locking your knees. Inhale, look up, long spine. Bring your hands to your hips so you're releasing them away from your feet. Inhale, come up to standing, shoulders on your back. Good. All right, everybody. Other side. Hands down, palms forward. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. You can always skip the vinyasa if you'd like. You can meet us directly in down dog. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, stepward jump. Chaturanga, or all the way down onto your belly. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. It's always an option to skip the vinyasas. I tell you now, class, I should have told you that at the beginning. You can always meet us in the down dog. You can always take a break in down dog. Inhale your left leg high, down dog splits. So keep your hips level. Yeah, good, Mandy. Press out for your heels, spread your toes. Inhale your knee to your nose, your shoulders over your wrists. You're coming to a plank action. Exhale, press back. Down dog splits. Keep that leg engaged. Good, Josh. Inhale, knee to left elbow. Shoulders over wrists. Good. Exhale, press back. Inhale, knee to right elbow. Your favorite. Lift your hips higher. Keep your knee kissing your elbow. Lift your hips higher. This is getting Mandy back for all the personal training sessions. Exhale, back, down dog splits. Inhale, step it through. Good. Spin your back heel to the ground, warrior two. Bend your front knee into a square. Now don't let your front knee collapse inward. It wants to fall in towards your big toe. Don't let it. Keep your front knee pressing back over your second and third toes, right towards your baby toes. That's going to keep the pose safe for you. Keep that the top of your right thigh bone pressing back. It wants to fall in, right? We did that little experiment earlier. You can stay here. We're also going to go to extended side angle, left forearm to thigh, right fingertips toward the front of the room. Long side stretch. You can stay here. If you want to go a little deeper, you can take your left fingertips to the outside of your front foot or to a block if you have one. Again, if your fingertips are on the inside of your front foot, nobody's come to check. It's okay if that feels better. Roll open toward the sky. Shift your gaze up if it's available. Now you can stay here. If you want to go a little further, we're going to come to the bind. Right hand to hip. Outer left shoulder, move my ponytail. Outer left shoulder goes to the inside of your left knee. Arm underneath. Right arm goes around your back. Clasp hands or grab onto your clothes or use a strap or use a belt or use a towel. If you want to go a little further, straighten your front knee into a bound trikonasana, bound triangle pose. Roll your shoulders open. You're peeling yourself up off your front thigh. Shift your weight back a little bit, Mandy. Straight, legs are straight. Yeah. Good, everybody. Release your hands into your triangle pose. Left arm down, right arm up. Now we're going to come into a twisted triangle, a revolved triangle. Bring your right hand to your hip. Shorten your stance by about a foot. Point your right toes a little bit further forward than they were before. Now take your right hand to the outside of your front foot. If it goes to the inside, it's fine. Okay, try to straighten. If your front knee is bent, walk yourself back. And if you can't get your hand to the floor with your knee straight, bring your hand to your shin with your thigh. Okay, this is okay too. Okay, we're gonna twist open. Take your outer left hip crease back and down. It wants to pop forward, right? Drop back and down, open up. Release your left hand down, step your back foot forward into a forward fold. Grab onto elbows. Soften through the back of your neck. You're pouring yourself out over your thighs right here. Now take your peace fingers, if you're able, you can stay right here. You can also keep your hands on your legs if that's more comfortable for you. Take your peace fingers if it's something that, if you want to go a little further, around your big toes. Okay, peace fingers around your big toes. And pull yourself forward, elbows bend to the sides. Soften the back of your neck. Breathe. Inhale, look up halfway, long spine, hips to eyelashes. Exhale, forward fold. Again, inhale, look up halfway, hips to eyelashes. Get longer. Exhale, forward fold. Press into your feet. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Come to standing into Tadasana, mountain pose. Exhale, hands to heart. Remind yourself of what you're grateful for and press it between your palms. Release your hands. Open your eyes. Come to a seat on your mat. Now sitting directly on the floor again, if it's not comfortable, you can sit on your half on the Bosu ball, Josh. You can sit in a chair. You can sit on a block if you have one. You can sit on a folded up towel. You can sit on a folded up blanket or a firm couch cushion as opposed to a bedroom pillow. Baddha Konasana. So, soles of your feet together, knees apart. We used to call this butterfly pose when I did gymnastics years ago. And your feet are engaged. They sort of open like a book. So the outer edges of your feet glue together, inner edges start to peel apart, toes are spread. Now this might be enough for you. If you want to go a little further with a hip opener, start to hinge forward at your hip creases. I like to push my knees down with my elbows That's not comfortable for everybody, so don't do it if it doesn't feel good. If you want to bend your elbows straight back, then that's fine. I like to get a little bit more stretch by pressing my knees down with my elbows. Stretch your heart forward and soften your gaze. Breathe. Inhale, come back up to center, lift your heart, lift your gaze. Extend your right leg out, your left leg. I promise I know my right or my left most of the time. Extend your left leg out. Your right foot pulls in. This is gonna a pose called Vinyasa. You want a straight line from your knee down your shin, down the top of your foot. Sometimes that's confusing. What I mean by that is you don't want your foot flexed, right? So we have a big curve right here. As much as you can, sort of bring the top of your foot down to the mat. We're going to start off in the traditional version first. So take your left fingertips to the ground on the outside of your extended leg. Take your right hand to the outside of your thigh. Twist yourself, so you're squaring yourself off over that left leg, that extended leg. You can bring your right hand to the outer shin if that's available. You can bring that hand to the outer foot if that's available and fold forward, everybody, over that extended leg. Now your left fingertips are helping you twist, right? You're pressing your fingertips into the ground on your left hand to continue twisting over that extended leg. You might even feel a stretch on the outside of your right armpit when you do that. Do you guys feel that? No, I feel that when I do it, like on the outside of my right armpit. You don't feel that? A little bit. Yeah. Inhale, come up. We're going to do the revolved version. I love this, is one of my favorite poses, and I'm going to show you a variation that I really like. This is going to be really good if you're doing a lot of sitting in your bed or on the couch, or looking for a change of scenery. This is going to give you all that good stuff. It's grounding, it's opening, it gives you a different perspective. It's one of my favorites. So legs stay the same. Take your left arm, palm face up. Okay, because that's going to open your heart. You can do the experiment. Palm face down, your rotator cuff comes forward. Right? Feel that? Palm face up, rotator cuff goes back. It's really subtle, but it makes a difference. So palm face up to open your heart, right? We don't ever want to train our bodies to do this. We want to do that. Palm face up. And you might stay here. If you can bend so that your forearm goes to the inside of your extended leg, then do that. Right hand to hip, just to start. Right hand to hip to start. Press your left leg, your left arm into your leg to stack your shoulders. Look up over your right shoulder. Inhale, reach your right arm so your fingertips go over your toes. Good long side stretch here. Breathe. You can close your eyes if that feels good. If this hurts your neck or isn't comfortable, look down toward the ground. Inhale, let your right arm guide you back up. And switch legs. Lean back, switch. So your left knee is bent, your right leg is straight. I hope this sounds okay. Take your right fingertips on the ground on the outside of your extended leg. Left hand to the outer thigh or shin or foot. And your right fingertips help you twist, right? So you're pressing your fingertips in the ground to help you twist over that extended leg. Fold forward as much as your body will allow right now. Breathe. Soften your gaze. Soften your jaw. Go ahead and lift up. I'm going to do the revolved version. Right elbow is bent, palm facing the sky. Bring your hand either on top of your leg, if that's where your body goes right now, or to the inside of your thigh. Left hand to hip. Press your arm into your leg so that your shoulders stack. Heart goes forward. Look up over your left shoulder if that's available. If not, then don't do it. That'll be the theme for today. If it's not available, if it's not comfortable, then don't do it, right? Inhale, reach your left fingertips over your toes. Keep that revolving action happening. Shoulders are stacking. Close your eyes if you'd like here and breathe. Nice long side body, all the way from your outer left hip, up your left side body, your arm and your fingertips. Inhale, let your left arm guide you back up to center. We're gonna come into pigeon. It's one of my favorites. So, do we wanna do this? Maybe next time. You know what, let's do it, let's do it. So I'm gonna give you some modifications, okay? If your hips are super tight and this hurts your knees, you're gonna be here, okay? Feet are planted, you're gonna cross your right ankle over your left knee, okay? This is where you're gonna be. If you wanna go into the deeper version of the hip stretch, you're gonna come into pigeon with your right knee forward, your right knee and shin forward. Now, if your hips are a little bit more, if they're a little bit tighter, a little bit more stable, then you wanna bring your knee into more of a 45-degree angle. If they're a little bit more open, you can do the parallel thing, okay? Your left leg is back. You're gonna square your hips off so you're not resting on your outer right hip. Okay, your hips are level. You can either come onto your hands, if it's available, you can come onto your forearms. You can come all the way down, okay? Good, you feel that in your hip, Josh? Mm-hmm. Good, then it's working for you. Mm-hmm. If you notice you're resting on your outer right hip, bring more weight to your left hip. Send your breath where it's needed with intention. Just being mindful right here. Start to walk your hands up. And we're going to do the other side now, however you get there. Crawl, squirm, left shin and knee forward, or if you're in the modification, left ankle on top of right knee. Okay? You're coming into full pigeon. Your hips are more stable, a little bit tighter. Knee to a 45-degree angle. Your foot comes closer to you. If your hips are a little bit more open, you can push your foot forward to make more of a parallel action, more of a 90-degree action with your front shin. Yeah, your hips might be different. One side might be tighter than the other. Probably is. Yeah, so you can stay up here. If that's too much, we'll go back to modification. This one's good, he says. Okay, come down when you're ready. On your forearms or all the way down. And breathe. Again, if you notice yourself rolling onto your outer left hip, bring more weight into your right hip. People with a lot of stress in our hips tend to get really tight when we're sitting around a lot and not moving. This is a really good stretch for this time. It's also very grounding. Some people believe that it can release a lot of emotions that are pent up too. You guys are doing great. Start to walk your hands up. Come back to a seat and roll onto your back. Roll onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest. I'm going to talk you through this because this headset does funky things when I lay back. I'm going to talk you through this. Rolling on your back, hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little back massage here. So you can rock side to side if that feels good. You can rock front to back if that feels good. You can make circles with your knees. Good, everybody. Now keep your left knee hugging in. Extend your right leg out. Left knee hugs in. Right leg out on the ground. Can't really sit down, Josh. Good. Start to make circles in both directions with your left knee, everybody. Getting some movement through your left hip. Now take your right hand to the outside of your left knee. Draw your knee across your body for a twist. It's okay, yeah, your left hip is gonna come up off the ground. Bring it all the way over to the right side of your mat if that's available. Shift your gaze over to the left. Now open your palm toward the sky. Yeah, good. That's gonna feel better on your shoulder. So yeah, take your left hand out next to you, but just, yeah, palm, yeah, just like that. Now, if you can, I'm trying to stay away from you. I know this is so hard. Take your knee across your body. You can lift a hip off the ground. Yes, like that. So you're getting a good twist here. Now remember the oh, it hurts so good versus the oh, it hurts so bad. Yeah, we're not going to get into the oh, it hurts so bad. Come back to center, hug your knee in. And switch legs. Left leg down. Hug your right knee in this time. Yeah, left leg extends down on the floor. Make circles in both directions with your right knee. So proud of us. Take your left hand to the outside of your right knee and draw it across your body for a twist on this side. Same thing as the other side. Yep, your right hip is going to probably lift off the ground. Your right hand is next to you, palm facing upward toward the sky to open that rotator cuff up. Maybe we should do this again today. I like to think of twisting like this in yoga. So if you have a washcloth and it has too much water and you wring it out and all of the excess water drips back down into the sink, right? And so these twists are kind of similar. Whatever we're holding on to that we don't need, stress, anxiety, fear, sadness, the things that aren't serving us, right? Some of those feelings do serve us. We need those. We have those for a reason, right? We were given those feelings for a reason, but too much of them is not good. Holding on to too much of it. So what these twists do is they sort of wring us out, right? Like the washcloth getting rid of too much water and all of the excess goes down. It's still, the washcloth isn't completely dry when you're done. Hug your knee back into your chest. It's still wet, but it doesn't have too much, right? You're still holding on to what you need to take care of yourself and your family, but you're getting rid of everything you don't. Hug both knees into your chest. Give yourself another little back massage here. And I'm going to talk you through Shavasana. We'll do a guided Shavasana today. Extend your legs out in front of you. If laying flat on your back is not comfortable, you can always bend your knees and plant your feet on the ground. Yep, good. If laying flat on your back is comfortable, then go ahead and do that. Whatever you'd like. Bring your palms face up on either side of you. And this acts as a gesture toward receiving the benefits of your practice. Your eyes are closed. Soften the corners of your eyes, the sides of your mouth. Soften your jaw. Soften your skin so that it begins to just drape over your bones like a bed sheet over a statue. Your yoga practice is something that's constant, right? It's always here for you. Whether you do 5 minutes or an hour, whatever that looks like, it's more restorative or more active. It's important to keep a practice during this time. And I love this, gosh, I'm just so in love with technology right now. I never thought I'd say that, but we're able to practice together and we're able to maintain community. So as you are resting in your Shavasana, just feel this uplifting sense of community that we're building right now. And it's getting stronger every day. The more we tune in to these yoga classes, these fitness classes that we have, stories for children, everything that we have going on right now, every time we tune in together, we're strengthening ourselves and we're strengthening the community, right? It's adding another thread. And we're participating together, right? We need this for ourselves, and we're also doing it for our families. We're doing it for each other. Draw your awareness back to your breath. And gently begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes, inviting movement back into your body. Keeping your eyes closed. As you're ready, start to roll over onto your left side. Take a moment. Keeping your eyes closed. As you're ready, start to press yourself up to a seated position. Hold your hands together at the center of your heart. And come back to that idea that you thought of at the very beginning of our practice today, whatever it is, or whomever it is that you're grateful for. Press that idea between your palms, giving it a little power here. I hope that as this time goes on, hopefully not for too long, but that we're able to stay connected. So grateful for technology, the ability to keep in touch with all of you, even if it's virtually. Big virtual hugs to everybody. Go ahead and release your palms. Start to open your eyes. Thank you so much, everybody. And I hope to do this again. Namaste.